Good afternoon, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to all of you, friends, from whichever part of the world you are right now. We are having these men's floor finals for the Cairo APPARATUS World Cup 2025. This is Chris RD Gymnastics recasting to you the sports. Mga bago yung mga floor finalists natin dito. We'll be speaking here Tagalog and English. So Taglish. So these are new gymnasts. So just if you are new to the sports, so last Olympic cycle they have the 10 difficulties, but now new Olympic cycles for LA 2028 they will have an 8 difficulties, and all the difficulties were down to 0.4. So just do the math. If the difficulties before was 6.0, now it's just 5.6. So the highest difficulty that we'll be having mostly is 5.6. So if your score here is 14.5, so that's already a very high score, like 14.9 before. So it's 14.6. 14.7 is massive already, like the 15.2 before. And that's Nils Dankel of Germany. Great to have him here in the finals.
Gentleman who competed at his second Olympic Games in Paris.
Now we have here Milad Karimi. Siya, yeah, top performer si Milad Karimi. Nag-improve talaga si Milad Karimi from the Tokyo Olympics, the World Championship, and now umokay talaga siya eh. Very excellent si Milad. Here, very young people are joining here. It's great to see the World Cup, seeing a new finalist from the world.
And how fitting that we start with Adam Korga of Algeria on a day where we have 7.
Wow, we have an Algerian gymnast here.
Cairo International Stadium.
So we got here most of them are new or from junior, just coming up, having their senior debut. And the senior veterans here are Niels Dankel, Nasser Cherponi, and Eddie Pinev.
We'll then have the women's vault and pommel horse finals simultaneously, and the women's uneven bars and the men's still rings finals side by side too.
So we'll be having here from the men's Kogat Adam, Labro Justine.
As I mentioned earlier, we'll begin with Adam Koga of Algeria, then Justin Lebro of France. First time in a World Cup final for Justin Lebro. Really special moment for a lot of gymnasts who are making their first appearance in World Cup finals, including a young gymnast from Egypt in the women's competition.
New Ukrainian gymnast here.
And we have there Yuri Yemelyanov, who has come in as the first reserve, the 17-year-old Ukrainian who made the floor final at the Baku World Cup.
Seifert is here too. Wow.
Great experience in the veteran Bulgarian Eddie Penev. The top performer in qualification for this men's floor final, Milad Karimi. But there can't be any surprise about that. He was the gymnast who won the title in Cottbus. He really has had a fantastic World Cup season. Eddie Penev won the bronze medal in this event in 2024. It's great to see some gymnasts who are appearing at their first World Cup competition since the Olympic Games, like Niels Dunkel. We've seen it throughout the season, returning athletes. It's one of the really special features, actually, of these World Cup events after an Olympic year and at the start of a brand new code of points. You see gradually, step by step, some of the favourites from the previous Olympiad, marking their return to international competition. And we have
Yes, we now have here the man from Algeria.
really appearing on our radar at international
Don't forget
level
to
for the
subscribe,
first
like, and
time.
share to his channel. So this is the last FIG Apparatus World Cup for this year. Adam Kogat, and the next World Challenge Cup will not bear anymore. Will not have a bearing for the World Championship.
In France. He's 22. He made his World Cup debut earlier this year in Antalya in Turkey. Formerly a French gymnast. Now competing
Ouch!
for Algeria.
Yeah, one whole
Possibly
point
not
deductions.
quite coming under
Sayang.
that fully rotated.
French gymnast dati.
Better
Cool.
looking pike position. That was nice. Lots of power.
Yung ano lang, medyo hindi pa ganun
Scored
kaganda ang lines.
13.033 in the preliminary round, the seventh best.
Good balance in the compulsory.
Nice, elegant-looking arabesque.
Nice, double pike.
He's certainly comfortable with his pike positions.
Yun. He did well. Although may mga deductions lang sa form. Not, yung split niya hindi ganun kalinis. He needs to be more precise with that form. The energy is being down. Kailangan precise ka eh. Ouch, ouch.
Again, it's
1, 2, 3,
difficult
sayang.
in position.
But it's still good.
Conclusion for Adam Koga, just as was the case at
He
the
can
start.
work on with that when he
Lots
comes
really
to his
enjoy about
gym.
This young man's work, and a special moment for him as he makes his maiden bow in a World Cup final. He's been a junior Mediterranean Championship medalist. He's been a national finalist in France at under 18.
Wow.
So
National
certainly
finalist in France.
a young man of real pedigree.
He chooses
His
to
twisting work to start
represent
keeping the heels
Algeria.
together.
So Algeria is a
Squeeze
French
off
country
the
too.
back of the feet
French
as it
colony.
lands.
Siya no, yung pike na yon is not that yeah, there was a knee bending. Kailangan more straight line sa pike.
Decent, consistent clearance in the Vender swings.
All right. And now we have here Ukrainian, I believe. Congratulations, bro. You did well. And he is a very good potential, like Kalian Nimor. Who knows? You just have to join the more competitions.
Inaugural World Cup to be held in this continent.
We're happy for him to be part of this World Cup event.
And I can tell you it's a reasonably cool day in Cairo for this time of the year. Not hugely hot. Temperatures have been around the mid-20s.
It's very great. Awesome job for him.
The score is
Congratulations, bro.
11.733 for
Yes, it's
Adam
Adam Kogat got 11.733. Very low execution, 6.633. True, yeah. A lot of execution deductions with that.
Third from the preliminary stage.
Now representing France. New also to the World Cup event.
This is
Justin Labro.
20-year-old Justin Labro of France, from Rouen. First time he's participated in a World Cup final. Very nice young gymnast.
Ouch!
Unfortunately, he has
Unfortunately,
a similar issue as Koga.
One whole point deduction.
Opening tumbling pass.
Medyo under-rotated kasi. Alright, that's good. He must work on with his stability.
Nice and poised, going up into handstand.
Great handstand.
Good basic work.
I hope that Philippines can join here. Alright, that's a good one. Good execution. But I don't know, I think there was a leg bending or... Nice, awesome job.
Just as was the case with Adam Koga, this is a performance that's growing in stature as he goes through it.
That's it. Nice. Very good.
Well, huge congratulations to Justin Lebreau,
If he
time in a
was
World
not
Cup final. He
able
trains in
to sit
Normandy
in the
with a
floor
couple of
in the one of
friends.
his executions, he can have a good standing here. You look at his body,
Very
well built,
accomplished
and
skier when he's
he is
not in the training gym.
very wide body, and that's
Aspirations of
very
becoming a
advantageous for you
teacher
to
as
be
well.
a gymnast to do those executions in the floor.
Somebody with a very keen interest in the development of youngsters. Certainly he will be down from the 13.155 that he received in qualifying.
There's first a leg separation. Awesome job.
But it's a memorable moment for any gymnast who gets to the televised final stage of World Cup competition for the first time.
Indeed, being here in the Cairo World Cup is one of a good opportunity. From Ukraine, a very young gymnast here.
It's 12.166
Justin
for
Labro.
Justin Lebreau. So he is down by
Congratulations,
about
Justin
mark in
Lebreau.
qualification for obvious reasons.
From Ukraine.
A couple of good young gymnasts to get us started.
Yeah, very
In
young.
that vein, this is
Yuri Yemelyanov.
of
You
Ukraine.
will
He
see
was
these
the
young gymnasts, they will
first
progress
reserve
as
for
the years
Nicolae
goes by
Olympic
until the
Committee.
LA 2028.
Qualification score 12.866. He was a finalist on floor at the Baku World Cup earlier this year.
Ouch! Still, also, it was he sat on the floor.
Seeing some
1 whole point
issues
deduction.
with the opening tumbling passes.
Ayan, that's zero
Much
point 0.1
power there, but he
deductions.
didn't quite manage to stay in bounds.
Sayang. Young eh. You can just feel the
Much better, got good
nerves.
height.
Yeah, that's good height and good landing also.
Tacking
Stick to
around
the
with
floor.
effectiveness.
Subscribe, like, and share to Chris RD Gymnastics. Thank you very much. Nice hold in the mana position. Double pike. There was 2 steps back. So deductions for that. Maybe 0.2 to 0.1.
No issues with his balance.
Good compulsory balance. Well done. Ay, wah!
Unfortunately, quite a big
Sayang. Diyos ko
tumble
po.
out of bounds at the conclusion.
Kinabahan
Well,
siya
he
eh.
wasn't expecting to be initially in
I
this
think
final.
he is on nerve.
There's
I
no
can
doubt
feel
that
his
he's
nerve.
a really good young prospect for the Ukrainian team. And these sorts of occasions, these World Cup competitions, very beneficial.
Yeah, he can improve. He's a good
It's just about
he is
getting out
we
there
will
on World Cup circuit
be
and
following him
stepping into more
as
finals,
the
getting used
days
to
or years
consistently
goes by.
delivering his routines.
Yemelyanov Yuri. Very good
We've seen in
potential.
the World Cup competition this season quite a few good young Ukrainian prospects coming through.
Indeed. There should go. Double pike sayang oh. But he will be able to perfect it soon. Kaya lang, ang dami ding nasirang arena. A lot of sports arena were destroyed during the war in Ukraine.
It is, as you can see, a sizable arena. Gymnasts have got quite a walk to get to the
Yeah.
area where they receive their results.
Very big arena
And
in
the whole
Egypt.
thing has really been transformed by the creation of the full podium setup. It's lent a real touch of class, actually, to the whole competition.
And we now have here the score of the Ukrainian
10.633
jury.
for Yuri Yelianov.
6.333 execution, 4.8
That is,
difficulty.
regrettably, a drop of
Yes.
2.2 or thereabouts from qualifying. Now, certainly
2.2 drop.
somebody who
Grabe. Eddie
one would
Penny.
expect to contend coming up next. Great performer on this apparatus.
Indeed, he's a great performer, a veteran also.
The bronze medalist from last year's Cairo World Cup, Eddie Penev of Bulgaria.
Last year, bronze medalist.
A gentleman who we've seen re-emerge on the international stage in his mid-30s.
Good job, Eddie.
Good, powerful opening tumbling pass. 13.633 in qualification, one of the best scores.
Oh, he did well there. Awesome, Eddie. Wow.
Really a case of
Brilliant.
so far so good for the Bulgarian.
Indeed, very brilliant.
He's on course to go quite comfortably into the lead. Just takes a moment to
Oh,
set himself for that scale.
his balance is not that clean,
Touch on
but
the tentative side. But the tumbling really strong from Eddie Penev. What a display that was. Doesn't he know it too? Excellent performance. That is likely to contend for a place on the podium. He made the floor final at the Baku World Cup. He was 6th in Osijek. But as I mentioned earlier, 13.633 in qualification here, the second best score.
awesome job for Eddie.
Some very clean landings were a dominant part of this display.
There was just a leg separation
Not
kay
huge
Eddie,
numbers of execution
and
deductions to come.
he need to work on with that deductions. That's it. That's awesome.
Straight away, the reaction of an experienced man who knew it had gone very, very
Big congratulations, Eddie. Let's go. He's very happy with it.
They will know there's going to be a change to the seating order. Labro
Yes, of
leads
course.
on 12.166 as things currently stand. Fascinating, isn't it? We've had three
Waiting for the score of Eddie.
athletes come through, and then the
Sayang lang kasi yung ano
veteran
niya eh, yung
just
yung
grabs control of
balance.
this final.
Hindi niya masyado na balance. Pogi ng Ukraine
Might
no?
be better than qualification. Well, he looks absolutely thrilled. He's seen his score come through. I can tell you it's
That's fine.
13.966 for Eddie Penev.
8.466 execution.
And indeed, he is up by 3
Nice
tenths in the
one.
preliminary round,
It's
so he's
it's
gained about a third of a
5.4
mark. Execution,
difficulties.
sharper difficulty, 2 extra tenths, all very accomplished.
Well, that's already a good score.
But you can tell so
Now
much
we have here the
from
second sets of
reaction
gymnasts.
of the gymnasts themselves, because they know 99% of the time they know, and I'm sure it's the case for you if
So
you
gymnasts
are
now are having the
gymnast, you just have a feeling about it the second that the routine is done. That brings us to the halfway stage of this men's floor final. This is who we have to come. Nazar Cheperny.
yes, and we got here
Dunkel,
so
and
Nasser,
Milad Karimi.
Niels,
Now that performance from Eddie
and
Penev was somewhat
Karimi.
set
No,
the
Cypher
kettle on
also
the
there
pigeons
now.
from a
These are the
scoring
veterans.
perspective, because the only gymnast still to go who scored higher than that in qualification is Milad Karimi, but barely by a single tenth. So Penev has raised the standard a little compared to qualification. And let's see how others follow. He certainly has the capacity to get onto the podium. Nazar Cheperny.
Nasser Cherpony of Ukraine now.
In qualification, the score 13 point.
Yes. Nasser Cherpony.
Was on the podium in the Baku floor final. Start of the season.
Nice one from Nasser.
As well to stabilise that landing.
Wow.
To stabilise that.
Very stable landing from Nasser Cherpony.
He's had a very compelling season in the World Cups. He's been a medalist on vault, on parallel bars and on floor.
And there you go.
Good flares. First gymnast to use those.
Yes, flares are great. Get a good balance there too.
As well, trying to get that extended leg up into the Y position. Lovely height.
Yes.
Really nice height on the final.
It was lovely.
13.6 in qualification. One of many athletes here who competed at the Paris 2024 Games. And again, there's absolutely no doubt that the podium is going to change courtesy of this display.
Of course, Nasser Cherpony is one of the greatest gymnasts.
1.166, and Adam Koga third on 11.733. He's somebody, Nazar Cheperny, who's been out there on the World Cup circuit for years. It's been such an important part, as it tends to be for Ukrainian gymnasts, in getting him experience for big worldwide competitions like the World Championships, like the Olympiad. So he knows just how vital it is to be coming to these events and producing high-level performances, getting morale-boosting scores, feeling ready as the season goes on. And one imagines he's going to be pretty thrilled about that. 13.866 for Nazar Chepurny, an improvement.
Yes, great job for Nasser.
Of
Wow,
quarter of a mark.
8.66. It's a good score.
So Penev holds on to the lead. Noah Seifert from Switzerland, fifth best in qualifying with 13.3.
Yes, indeed, it was awesome.
One of the gymnasts who's making a return to international competition at the moment after competing
Noah Seifert.
the Olympics for the first time.
Yes, that's amazing. Amazing job. Cool. Nice one.
What nice control.
Wow, nice control for his balance there.
26-year-old.
Awesome one. Nice double pike.
Good conclusion. It was a little low as
Awesome
landed, but
job
the pike
for
was
Nasser.
very nice, and the control of the landing strong as well. So Noah Seifert, again, you would imagine will be on the podium with 2 to go with a display like that. 3 times he's been the Swiss all-around national champion. Two to go. Niels Dunkel and Milad Karimi.
Yes, we have here nearest Dunkel, Milad Karimi.
Thirteen 13.966, 13.866, 12.166, 1, 2 and 3 as things stand. And just to remind you that we've still got the top qualifier, Milad Karimi, to come. Wasn't able to compete in the all-around final at the Olympic Games, Noah Seifert, as there were 2 other Swiss gymnasts positioned.
Noah Seifert is one of the greatest gymnasts.
And he has scored 13.6. So it is 3/10 higher than qualification, puts him in the 3rd place with 2 to go. So it's Penev, Chepurny and Seifert.
Niels Dunkel now in the floor.
Niels Dunkel. '28-year-old who competed at the Olympic Games for the 2nd time.
Yeah, he
Last
competed
summer when
also
he was
last
18th in the
Tokyo.
all-round competition. He's also a youth Olympian from just over a decade ago.
Nice one.
Starts well. 8th best in qualification. 13.
Ooh, that's Niels Dunkel. He did well.
Based on the difficulty of his qualification routine, the
Great
execution
job,
momentum
Niels.
right up there.
That side
Yes, he
pass.
throws a few little
You can see here
extra
that
surprises in.
the legs of Niels Dunkel are very glued together. Nice line. Great extension. And his Japanese handstands is amazing too. Good. I love the stability gymnast, but a little bit unbalanced, but it's fine. Great job.
He's doing really well to hold
Yeah,
the
he's a European
line
champion
through
in
his
pommel
landings.
horse 2022. Oh, awesome job,
Didn't
Niels.
necessarily have the crispest form in that
Yeah,
final tumbling
he
pass,
did well.
but a lot that was really
Yeah,
accomplished in that display from
although
Niels
there
Dunkel.
were some
He made his comeback to international
deductions in his
competition with the
executions,
pokal
pero okay lang, Niels.
competition that takes place in Germany earlier in the spring.
Very experienced gymnast, Niels Dunkel.
13.6 plus required to be on the podium, still with the top qualifier to come, Milad Karimi. And we look out over the floor at the Cairo World Cup 2025. Great to have your company. Always great to have his company as well. One of the top World Cup performers about to go. And I hope you're enjoying this.
Of course, we are enjoying. Oh, we have here Milad Karimi.
In the world you call home.
Milad Karimi of Kazakhstan.
And we look back at the performance of Niels Dunkel. .1 was the execution scoring qualification. 4.8 difficulty. Picked up the single 10th bonus. This looked a lot better.
Yeah.
Famous last words. We'll see if the score reflects it.
Niels Dunkel was
Certainly from an execution standpoint, it seemed more compelling than the mark that he received in the preliminary round. Well, yes, the score has come in 13.466. Look at that execution score, 8.666. He's just missed out on the podium. I said earlier that he would really need enormous execution to contend. Well, he did produce the joint highest execution of anyone in the final, but the difficulty not quite there. Nonetheless, that was lovely gymnastics from Niels Dunkel. And so to Milad Karimi, who scored 14.066 in qualification. If he
Yes,
gets
we have
that
here
win,
Milad Karimi
he
now
is
in the
champion in Cairo.
floor. Tingnan natin si Milad Karimi. Yun, nice one. Before, Milad Karimi is always sitting in the floor after that somersault, but now he perfected it. Yes. Good job, Milad.
But Milad Karimi is a young man who loves a challenge.
But the fate was a little bit of a leg separation.
He's getting close to 25. What a quick and controlled move up into the
O, ano niya lang, edad si Carlos Yulo. Awesome job, Milad.
Very nice demonstration of toe point in the balance.
We hope to see a very good variation of balance. Wow,
Oh,
great
really
height.
got the body tightly into the tuck
You got the
position,
height
opened up
there.
with clarity, and what a nice conclusion to this final from Milad Karimi of
Awesome
Kazakhstan.
job, Milad. Proud of you,
He's
bro.
been the overall World Cup champion on floor, and that's why. He's also been on the world podium. Twice in the top 5 at the Olympic Games on this apparatus too, so the pedigree is huge.
Yeah, his pedigree is huge.
As is
Always in the
quality.
top 5 in the floor.
What
I
he
love it.
has is crispness
It's
to his
just the
positioning
leg. There
front.
was a leg separations, or there were leg separations
When he twists,
in the
he keeps it
twisting.
sharp and smooth looking. When he does a handstand, he points the toes. When he tucks, then the knees really come into the chest.
Yes, indeed, it was good. So the knee should come in the chest when you do the twisting.
Penev, 13.966. Cheperny, 13.866. Zyfut, 13.6.
Novi Cyprus would be out.
Karimi, 14.066.
Oh,
in
30.0.
qualification. Has he done it? Won the title on floor in Cottbus, won the title on floor in Doha, bronze in Osijek.
Maybe gold here.
He really is having a great start to the new Olympic cycle.
Yeah, indeed, it's a great start. He's happy.
It's his.
Wow,
There's the champion,
14.133.
14.133.
8.733 execution, bonus 0.1.
Eddie Penev
Congratulations,
taking the silver
Milad.
medal. Nazar
If the difficulty is
Cheperny, bronze,
5.3,
and Noah Zyfert just
3,
dropping off the podium right at
4,
the
5,
conclusion.
6, 7. 5.7 is still not
Wonderful
good enough
display that from
for
Milad
a
Karimi.
World Championship podium.
Highest
Well, anyways,
execution
still
score.
big congratulations
And
to
I think
Milad
that's the
Karimi.
point about the
There you go,
crispness
our top
of
3.
how his tumbling looks in front.
So, gold for Milad Karimi.
Bronze to Nazar Cheperny of
Yeah,
Ukraine,
silver for
to
Eddie
of
Penny,
Bulgaria.
and
Gold
Nasser
medal
Cherpany of
to Milad
Ukraine.
Karimi of
Bronze.
Kazakhstan.
Congratulations
Men's
to all
floor
of you.
final in